Greatens, homie. Greatens.
Okay, we are live in studio.
Literally, studio. Apartment. Studio.
Well, studio apartment. we're live in our studio apartment.
Welcome. We hope you enjoy your stay.
So just close your eyes, sit back, relax as we take you on this wild ride called the podcast about nothing in particular. You cut me off. You're fired.
I wanted us to say it at the same time.
Okay. The podcast about 2-1. The podcast 3, 2, 1. The podcast. Just keep going. No, just keep going. 3, 2, 1. The podcast about nothing in particular. On today's episode, we will be talking about nothing in particular.
Particularly nothing.
I'm Nathan Perry.
And I'm also Nathan Perry.
And that's Adam Hope. And together we make up the podcast about nothing in particular.
Yes.
We are your host, and we will be coming at you with 12 straight episodes for season 1. We're going to talk about a few different things. We're going to talk about anything and anything we can come up with. Anything and everything that we can come up with.
And nothing that we won't come up with.
We're going to talk about nothing and everything. Hopefully we'll get into some nice, deep stuff. We have some pretty cool stuff planned. We want to bring some people on the show. This one is more or less literally about nothing in particular. We're just going to introduce ourselves and kind of, break the ice. So, to break the ice, Adam, tell us about your most embarrassing moment ever.
Does embarrassing include other people witnessing it firsthand or me telling it to them?
Let's go firsthand.
Most embarrassing moments are usually when I'm on stage singing a song in Cornerstone Conference, Camp Dayspring. The Talent Quest competition. I had to learn a song called Thief by third day. And I think I was 15. And I didn't learn the song. And the night before the competition, I decided to switch the song to some other song that I didn't really know, but I thought I could sing better. And I got up there on the stage the next morning, and I started out singing the chorus in the wrong key. And pretty much improvised everything. And it just kind of fizzled out. I just stopped singing, and then the band crashed out.
So, you had a band with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
at first it was a track. So Thief by third day, it was a track that was going to play behind me. But, it was bad. One of the worst moments of my life, besides last night.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So let's get to that. We don't want to just talk about Adam's embarrassing moments. I'll share one too. Okay, so we were supposed to record this episode last night, Friday, September 28th. It's Saturday, September 29th now. I went to a friend's house. They were having like a little bonfire cookout thing. Supposed to come back, record with Adam. But Adam calls me while I'm still there, and I'll let you take over. I'll let you tell.
Well, I want to hear your. I know.
Okay, my perspective was, dude, I was worried because I've never heard you really afraid before. Adam's usually not a guy that gets afraid, so I was worried. Like, he sounds genuinely worried because he called me and he was like, "Dude, just get home. I feel like I'm gonna die." And like he sounded so serious. So
it's
I was like,
funny now, but I really thought I was gonna die.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It is funny now, but at the time I was like, "Wow, is he worried?" And then my second thought was, "Is he throwing me a surprise party?" I mean, come on. This sounds like I think he might be throwing me a surprise party because I'm like,
it's
okay.
It's not your birthday.
I know, but I was like, maybe he's throwing me an early birthday party.
Oh.
I thought you were
2 months in advance.
I thought you were throwing me an early birthday party.
Wait, your birthday's is November 12th.
November 6th.
6.
6 days off. No sweat. But yeah, okay, so anyways, I pick up Adam and I take him to the hospital and we're there for 3 hours and Adam is, well, first of all, I walk into the house and Adam's on the toilet with our trash can, our big tall trash can, and he is just sitting over the toilet. He's been puking in it for who knows how long, 3 hours already.
Man, like an hour and a half.
Yeah, so he's been puking in it. There's stuff everywhere. He looks terrible. Sounds awful. He's disoriented.
Yeah.
And he's mostly just puking up water at this point. This nasty yellow water. Sorry if you're squeamish about those kind of things, but that's what he was doing. And then we took him to the hospital. Went there 3 hours. I actually still don't know what was wrong with you though. Did we ever find out?
The report said inflamed stomach and inflamed intestines. So
how does a stomach and intestines get inflamed?
Bad food. I don't know.
Bad food.
I think it was one of those eggs, man.
You think so?
Well, because it's been in there for a while. I don't remember how long, but
I don't know how long it's been in there.
The first two pack of 12 dozen eggs that you got, so 24 eggs. There was like one left in there. It's been whenever you got it. So I don't know.
It was about a month ago.
It might have been bad, but it was just one left in there, and so
I think it might have been the Thai food you had before.
Well, it was a day before.
I know, but sometimes it takes a day to kick in.
And I was a little sick that
yeah, I think it was the Thai food. Anyways, Adam made out. Are you feeling better now?
Yeah.
You don't even need to get that prescription. You didn't ever get your prescription.
No.
I don't think you need it though.
I need to call them though.
Do you think you need it?
Insurance.
Oh yeah, you need it. You told him.
Adam
was disoriented. We were mostly sleeping. It was late last night.
I threw up a lot.
He threw up a lot last night, so he's disoriented. I was really tired.
I think I passed out on the.
Well, you definitely were sleeping.
On the trash can.
Oh, you're talking about at the house, not at the hospital.
No.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Both.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, shout out to Mercy Hospital for fixing up Adam Hope, getting him back to working order. You look all right. You sound all right. You seem better.
That was the worst night of my life. I'm not kidding. I've had 2 kidney stones before in the prior of 2 weeks when I was a senior in high school, 2012. That was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. Those kidney stones. This is second to it. It had to have been food poison, some type of food poison. I think this is the 3rd type of food poison I've gotten.
Moral of the story: just put those blessings over your food before you eat.
I've learned to
God
not
is
eat
great.
at Taco Bell.
God is good. Let us thank Him for our food. If I die before I wake, pray the Lord my soul to take.
Mm-hmm.
That's the prayer. Pray it over every day.
Amen.
At 3 square meals a day plus snacks. Pray that over your meal. Amen. You're good to go. There's no beating it.
Amen, Brother Ben.
Amen. Anyways,
so
yeah, a little about who we are, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think most people listening so far, they're gonna know who we are, but do they really know who we are? Let's get inside the mind of Adam Hope and Nathan Perry. Anyways, okay, so myself, I'm Oklahoma born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
Been around. Used to live in the Eastern. Grew up in IPHC.
Grew up in the IPHC. You're Assemblies of God.
Assemblies of God, kind of, sort of. I mean, I was, but just kind of went to Assemblies of God Church. Wasn't so involved in it's so much bigger.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean it's better, but it's so much.
Much.
It's so much bigger that you don't really know. I didn't really know what was going on.
Would you rather live on an island or a continent? I would like to live on an island.
I mean, when you think about it, a continent's a giant island, essentially.
It is.
Anyway,
IPHC is a small island. It's better to know everybody on the island.
Anyways, moving on. Let's talk about how we met.
It started with a strawberry and a turtle.
Well, we were already good friends. We were already pretty good friends by then.
Yeah.
But that's when we solidified.
That's the first.
That's when we solidified our actual best friendship.
That's when our carbon-based bodies connected.
That's when our souls intertwined. Anyway, okay, so I remember the first time I saw you because I was a sophomore at Southwestern.
Yeah.
The university we went to, IPHC University.
You were sitting in the back.
I had already done my chapel band audition.
Right.
And Tyler Scott was running the sound. I said, I'm just gonna go sit back there with him, watch the audition, see what we got. I see you walk up, and I first of all I think, wow, this guy's really tall, but I'm like far away from you. You are pretty tall.
I'm 6 foot.
You're 6
I guess
foot.
on stage
You're plenty taller than me. But anyways, I'm looking at him like, oh, this guy. You look like a really sporty guy.
I was wearing sweatpants.
Yes, sweatpants. You look like a basketball player, which you were a basketball. You are a basketball player. You were a basketball player, and I was like,
more so than I am now. But,
your hat was on backwards.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I was really judging you because I was like, this guy, this sporty guy, he isn't knowing how to play. He isn't gonna be good. And then he turned out to be really good, and I was like, wow, I'm a jerk and a mean person. So that's I remember first seeing you. But do you remember when we first met?
That's your first time seeing me.
That's the first time seeing you.
I guess we met in Professor Horn's.
No, Chapel Band. We met in Chapel Band.
Oh, it was in Chapel Band.
Yeah, I was playing the drums. You were playing bass.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't long after that.
Yeah, it wasn't long. We were in Chapel Band, and Tyler was doing.
Oh yeah.
He was using some feature on the board that triggered. It was instead of using the actual bass sound, it made a trigger. But instead of having like a trigger on the head, which is what you're supposed to do when you use triggers with drums, he was just using a trigger like that was off like a few seconds.
Yeah, it just sounded
you would like hit the bass drum, and then like a few seconds later, you'd hear the bass drum sound from the board.
Yeah,
and we were both talking about how much we hated it and how bad it sounded.
Yeah,
and that's how we bonded. Because you have to be locked onto my bass drum when you're playing bass.
Oh yeah, it was rough. I don't know why he did that. It was like a second and a half delay before you would hit the kick.
I mean, the sound was I would in his defense I would say the sound was better, but the sound wasn't on beat.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah, so that's how we first met. And then we did have history together. Chet Horn, the best history teacher I've ever had. So funny, he's so hilarious, but he's not even trying to be. That's the funny part.
We need to get him on this podcast.
Note that right now.
Where is he at? Is he still on
intern over there? Note that. We don't have an intern.
Sherlock, write it down.
Yeah, Sherlock. Add a dog named Sherlock on Instagram. Add him. Note that for us. We got to get him on the show. We got to figure out how to get his information. I'm sure someone has it that we know.
Oh, man.
We got to get him on the show. But yeah, that was a really funny, hilarious class.
Yeah. And as we were... I have two big memories about his class. One is we were both waiting for class to start, I think. And we were both on Twitter scrolling, and we both saw a video. We didn't know it at the time. We both saw a video of a turtle eating a strawberry, and we both looked over at each other at the same time and showed each other the same picture or the same video at the same time, and both of us said together at the same time, "Hey, look at this," or "Hey, check this out."
Yeah, we said something.
We said exact same.
We showed
thing.
The exact same photo. It was actually a photo. We showed the exact same photo at the exact same time and said the exact same thing. And it was like such a funny moment. But, okay, one thing you forgot is that it wasn't in Professor Horn's class. That was actually that was in biology or lifetime wellness. No, that was lifetime wellness. Because we was in the gym. It was a class in the gym.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was lifetime wellness.
I don't know.
It was one of those classes.
The other memory I have from Chet Horn's class.
Your first memory wasn't a memory from that class.
Well, the first one wasn't a memory from this. Well, the other one is I remember a guy, Genesis. He came in.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to bring this one up.
It was like a month before Christmas, I think. And he came in with a Santa Claus suit on, full dress Santa Claus suit. Is that what you were going to say?
Yes, yeah, that was the memory I have too. I actually have a photo of him walking in class. Okay, so he comes in, dude. Genesis is so funny. We should get him on the show too. Genesis comes into class late, mind you, wearing a Santa Claus outfit he had bought. He has a white beard on, and the thing is, he comes in the front of the class instead of the back because I don't think he knew where the front was. Yeah. He comes in the front of the class while he's teaching, while Professor Horn is teaching, and comes in and goes, ho, ho, ho. He starts walking in, and then because we all sat together on the summer. You, me, Genesis, and then
and
Andre.
Andre, the guy from
soccer.
Andre for us.
He played soccer.
Madagascar.
Was he from Madagascar? Yeah, he is from Madagascar.
And he skateboarded. And then I think he's staying in the country illegally till this day.
Yeah, he's like somewhere in Arizona. I think. Well, I remember Koa Bright was like his best friend. But yeah, he was a cool guy. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about what this is, what we're doing, what this podcast is all about. So, yeah, what do you think it's about?
Well, it could be a business opportunity, but I always listen to podcasts. I have been listening to them for a while now, like 99% Invisible. I listen a lot. So
yeah, we're both avid podcast listeners, and really for me, this is just kind of like a passion project, something to do to stay creative, and just something to do that this is actually. Technically, this is my third podcast to do. The first one I did was when I was in high school, and I only did one episode. I was just kind of experimenting. It was before podcasts, I guess, were big, but I feel like in the past 2, 3, 4 years, they've gotten much
really
bigger.
Yeah.
So it was before podcasts were like these really big things, and me and my friend Hunter Warner made one just for fun, just to see if we could do it. And like we used some weird hosting site. It's not on there anymore. I think I might maybe have a recording of it. We made like fake commercials and stuff, but it was fun. The second one I made was for when I was a pastor in Lexington, Kentucky. We called it the Borderlands Church podcast or broadcast, and we actually recorded it. It actually played on the radio, so we had like a little radio show. We recorded it, sent it to the radio, they played it, and then we also had a podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud. And I think it's still up there. Eventually, it'll probably get taken down, but that's where my kind of like, I guess, intrigue really jumped up with doing podcasts. And this podcast is called The Podcast About Nothing in Particular. So it's just basically, for me, it's just a passion project to do something fun and meaningful and create something that adds value to people's lives. And hopefully people will get enjoyment and entertainment out of the random things that we have to say and want to do. So that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. I'm also using it as a fuel to my creativity. To
same here.
Write music for the podcast and help me communicate better.
Yeah, and that's a good segue into
practice.
So what are you most passionate about, like in general in life? Like what are your, what?
I always think about helping people. I always want to help people. I always want to connect with people. I always want to connect with animals. So like music is an outlet for me to help connect with people, and then sometimes I just do random acts of community service. Not all the time, not consistently. I'm not the greatest at it, but I think about doing stuff like that all the time. Lyrically, I want to write music that better explains our human experience and help that relate to people, and whatever else. People enjoy music, so
yeah, that's awesome. Because a lot of people ask. I listen to The Minimalist, and I usually listen to their podcast. And one thing they've got me thinking about more often is asking people. I wonder if Sherlock, he just made a sound. I wonder if he'll be up on the podcast. Anyways, people always ask, "Oh, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Like, what's your job?" I don't know why people ask that so much. It's just a weird. I mean, people don't know what. If you don't know someone or you haven't talked to someone in a while, be like, "Oh, what do you do now?" "Oh, yeah, I'm a trash man," or something.
It's either small talk or
just small talk. But what the minimalist stuff got me thinking about is, what are you passionate about? Like, instead of asking people, "What do you do?" Okay, yeah, I'm a whatever. I work at an office and do office things. But when you ask people what they're passionate about, that's when people really come alive and share like a piece of themselves and their heart for the world or whatever. And for me, what I'm passionate about is I'm passionate about church people, like people in the church community. I recently started going to Northwest Christian Center again, and just felt like God basically calling me there and to be a part of that community. So what I'm really passionate about in life is just kind of basically being a part of a community and investing in a community so that as a whole everyone can be better and is better. And it doesn't have to just be the church community. It can be, any community that I'm pretty much able to be a part of, or the ones that I'm involved with. Could be a group of friends, could be, me and you as roommates, basically investing in the community, the greater community, like maybe the city, but also as like the community that God has made me a part of. And also one thing I'm passionate about is I'm passionate about film photography, 35 millimeter film. Not to plug things, but you can go to nathanperryphotography.com/blog to look at my blog.
And you can look at my modeling photos there.
He's on there. You're on a few of the film photos. You're also on another part of the website where I took you and Betsy's photos. No, it's actually no one analytics wise. I like to look at analytics just to see how many people are coming to a website. I pretty much do photography, not for anyone else, but just for myself.
Yeah.
And I use my website because I'm kind of like, what is it? Right brain is like organized and left brain is like creative or something.
Yes.
I don't know if that's true, but that's what people have like, you're right brain and left brain. The left brain side of me is like creative, create things. The right brain side of me is like, I need everything I create to be organized and in this system. So I use my website as a place to organize my creative things that I've made.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like to do with that. So my blog, actually, I named my blog A Blog Nobody Reads by Nathan Perry, because literally almost nobody reads it, which is fine because okay. I do it for myself.
Yeah.
But if you want to read it, if it adds value to your life, feel free, go read the blog.
Right.
Anyways.
And you can also use your pineal gland.
What? What'd you do? What is that?
Your pineal gland.
What is that?
It's in the middle of your it's like, people call it your third eye.
Did you say pineal gland?
Penal. I think that's what it's
called. That sounds
pineal gland.
That sounds XXX erotic.
I use my left side of my brain as creativity, my right side.
Bro, that sounds not suitable for work. XXX erotic.
No.
Pineal gland.
Penal. It's people call it your third eye.
I don't know. We got to move on
people
from that.
People call your
I'll be honest, that scares me.
I use my pineal gland to send me to other universes.
That's so bizarre. What are you talking about?
Well, you were talking about the brain, so I wanted to share that.
Oh, okay. We'll have to dive into that later sometime.
Yeah.
That's something else I don't even know. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's move on to. So now we're gonna move on to the thanks for calling segment.
Your call has been forwarded to.
We gotta find somebody. Dude.
Everyone's doing something on Saturday night.
Okay, we're gonna find somebody.
Everybody's getting drunk.
Oh, here we go. Thanks for calling in to the podcast about nothing in particular. You're live.
You guys are. This is good, man. What am I supposed to do? Like, this is such an unexpected thing. How are you guys?
Hey, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
It's so wonderful to hear your voice.
That's good. I'm glad my voice is perfect for this broadcast. You know, like, I'm kind of a podcaster myself, kind of perfected the art a little bit.
Oh, you're a
podcasting.
You're a radio guy. I know you're a radio.
I've been a radio for years, and now I just do podcasts occasionally. Actually,
you do? Where? Where can I listen to them at? Plug your work, man.
I work in a guy in Texas called The New Weird. It's like a random rambling conversation about comics and stuff.
Oh, The New Weird.
New Weird.
About comics. That's cool.
Show.
You mentioned that.
A guy named Tomahawk called Tama Awkward. It's a Tama Talk, that's what's going to be called. That's going to be happening soon. I'm not even sure I'm supposed to announce that or not, but like, that's another thing. So.
Wow.
This is great.
Yeah, I do a little podcasting these days. So.
Dude, we're podcast brothers. We're all podcast brothers.
It's just like start circle. A weird network, like a record label or something.
This is it, dude. Like, let's do it.
Like this Pod and Nail or something, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we're actually recording our first episode right now.
Yep.
That's amazing.
You're gonna be on the first episode.
You'll be on the first episode.
Oh, I mean, I'm kind of like a legend in certain circles. So I mean, it works out.
Yeah. Hey, get your friends to listen. Like, hey, come listen to me on this new podcast.
Oh,
Here I
I
am.
will hype you guys. It'll be fantastic. I mean,
Are you
That's awesome.
enjoying our studio?
I'm enjoying your studio. From what I
Okay.
can see, it's very like dark. I mean, it just looks like my phone.
It
Kinda
is a
weird,
little dark
actually.
in here.
Yeah, we got one Edison bulb going. So.
You guys are like what? The like closet of the school? Is that what you guys like doing this podcast? That's what I do.
Well, okay, so it's not actually a studio.
Yeah, but
it's
it is a studio.
It's a studio apartment.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
guys are
so
like
you
Studio
know,
apartment. A different kind
I
of.
like it.
Yeah, a different kind of studio.
we got bunk beds in here.
Ooh.
That's how we
See, when
roll.
you say different kind of studio, I was like, you got a little dark side there. I was like, oh, that's special. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So what are you up to on a fine Saturday night?
Was playing a game of Taboo with some people and some old friends of mine from East days. Chilling. Mainly, in fact, one that was wearing an Awakening shirts the whole time I was sitting there. Like, hey, listen.
Wait, are you with them? Are you with them all right now?
I'm with them all right now. They're currently playing Taboo. I can directly use my recording studio power and put things on speaker if you really wanted 3 random dudes.
Dude, let's do it. The more the
hey, it's
merrier.
a big
All right,
party.
hold on one second. Let me like turn down the music and like totally flip the script. So it's gonna be really loud for a second. I'm sorry about this.
Okay. Listeners,
It's
close
really
your
loud. I'm
ears.
sorry. All right, one second. Let me leave it so I can get the attention. Hey, guys. In case you can't tell, there's currently a game of Taboo going on that you may or not be hearing.
That's
Yeah.
so taboo.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, it's some random card game thing. I'm trying to wait for them to get attention for a second. Hey, can I like pause your game for a second? All right, cool. Hold on one second. All right, Adam, Nate.
Sorry for the interruption, guys.
So Adam and Nate are buddies of mine from the Awakening, actually, and they're working on a podcast.
Yeah.
It's totally live right now.
Oh,
And
nice.
then you guys randomly on the episode because why not? Have more random people.
I appreciate the shout out. The name's Daddy Longlegs.
Daddy Longlegs.
I've held you in my head a
Yes,
couple
sir.
times.
That's DADDY. I'm not sure how to spell legs, actually. I actually flunked the 6th grade and never returned. So, yeah.
Hey, that's okay. I've held you in my hand quite a few times.
You did what now?
I've held you in my hand a few times.
You fell in your head.
No, I've held you in my hand.
I'm sorry, repeat yourself one more time.
I've held Daddy Longlegs in my hands before.
Oh, you caught me in your leg?
What?
Hand? What?
I've caught you in my
Dude, I
leg
don't
and
know
in my
you.
hand
I'm
at the
sorry.
same
This
time.
is getting really awkward. I'm going to pass it back to Daniel. Daddy Longlegs out.
Daddy Longlegs.
Daddy Longlegs out.
Thanks for joining.
Daddy
Thanks for being a part of the podcast.
We love your
Hey,
legs.
this says thank you, bud. There's also a Papa Nickus here, who's a legendary tinkerer and adventurer of my past.
Wait, he's a
Also
tinkerer.
has a tinker. Nickus is very good at building random things.
Oh, okay.
Like duct tape stuff. Like he's kind of like a little craftsman of sorts.
Okay.
He also is a really good drummer too. He plays drums, and you play drums, don't you, Nate?
I do, yeah.
No, there's Nate here. There's another Nate besides you, Nate.
Okay, that confuses me.
Yeah, I just love how you're wearing the Awakening shirt while this is all going on.
Dude, that almost sounds like he's me.
Wait, which one's wearing an Awakening shirt?
Are we the same person?
Oh, my buddy Nate, who actually went on the Costa trip with one of the internships, the one that Dakota and Power are on. Yeah, he's
okay. Nice.
apparently let's see, 2015 Costa Rica shirt.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I guess he's technically part of the family or something. I think that's how that works. I don't know.
Well,
If you wear the shirt, you're.
if you want to be a
immediately
part of the
family.
Awakening family, you have to cut your hand open and then shake the hand of Max Barroso and become become his blood son.
Yeah, but you didn't do the blood drawing part. The blood drawing part is what happened the first day in Oklahoma, by the way. It's really weird and intense.
Yeah, it's all
because
part of it.
It bled blue because of the time my hair was blue. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's all part of the process. You gotta You gotta trust the process when
Trust
it
the
comes to that.
process.
Yeah, it's a whole process. I forgot about that.
Okay, so this episode is about literally nothing in particular. So give us a fun fact about yourself.
You want to go first, Daddy Longlegs?
My name's actually Carl Weezer.
Oh, okay. We got Carl Weezer over
Carl
here.
Weezer. Hey,
Yeah. Do
good,
you need me to spell it for you?
good morning.
It's actually like, hold on, what time is it? It's about 10:52. Are you in like Australia?
Are we a what?
Australia?
Are we in Australia?
Yeah, like, down under? No?
He sounds just like Carl Weezer.
Dude,
What?
What a blessing to have
Sorry.
Carl Weezer on the phone.
Hey, how's Jimmy doing?
What's happening, guys?
Are you gonna finish that croissant?
Okay. No, it's all yours. It's
I'm sorry, say it one more
It's all
time.
yours, bud.
It's all mine.
Yeah, it's all yours.
Hey, Carl. I featured you on my Instagram story yesterday morning.
I was.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind.
It's okay. As long as they don't, I, in the past, had...
Carl just up in a stroke. It's kind of deadly, actually.
Someone give us a puffer. Get his puffer.
So you want random useless fun facts, correct?
Yeah, give us a random useless fun
I
fact.
once walked on water.
You once walked on water?
Yeah,
How?
I was like 5 at the time, and yeah, I walked on water by like circumstance. I was like, "There's something out of the water," and I wanted it, and so I just tried to walk on water, and unfortunately, I backfired. I haven't tried it since then, but I attempted to.
Oh, you attempted to. I thought you successfully
I
walked on
realized
water.
the story actually goes. I feel like there's a certain element of truth I had to like throw in there. I couldn't decide though.
And this is Daniel's fun fact, right?
This is Daniel. It's one of the many Daniel fun facts. I mean, I could go all day. Really, it's a whole series of fun facts. that we could go with.
You live a life full of fun, so every day is a new fun
It's very
fact.
weird. Like, you've seen the videos and the snaps and the weird Twitter responses. Like, what's going on with this guy?
You got green hair now, which I like.
The green hair is great until you like hang out in public and someone's like, "Hey man, you trying out for the part of the Joker?" And I'm like, "Nah, dude." It really sucks. 'Cause
That's funny.
They've been filming that Joker movie, and I keep waiting for someone to be like, "Hey, are you going to be in that movie too?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, I'm just fucking green hair. Like, leave me alone."
Speaking of the Joker, have you seen Tommy Wiseau's? He had an audition tape that he made with some.
I saw that.
But they ended up making an actual scene where he
I
plays
watched that the other day.
the interrogation scene. Him and then the guy who plays Mark in the room, the movie The Room. He plays Batman, and they did a scene together, the Batman interrogation scene. And actually, Tommy Wiseau is actually a pretty decent Joker.
I mean, seriously, it's a really decent one. To be honest with you.
It's always better than the last one.
Oh, Jared Leto?
I work with a lady named Lisa and a guy named Mark, and it's like the greatest thing to like not always just be like, "Oh, hi, Mark," because like every time I see him, I just want to be that way. I feel like that would be annoying.
Funny, Mark.
I feel like I really work with Mark and Lisa, and I'm just like, "Oh, hi, Lisa." And she's like, "What are you talking about?"
That's really funny. That's great. So funny, Mark. That movie was so great. The Disaster
that
Artist.
movie's good. Disaster Artist is really good.
Yeah, it is.
That's so good. That's a thing I like for sure. Well, Daniel, it's been an absolute blast having you on the show. We're so glad that you called in, and that we called you first.
I didn't know what was going on at first. I was like, "What happened? Is everything okay?" So,
Yeah.
you're like Adam Hope's thing like popped up in the sky, and I was really concerned at first. I was like, "Oh no."
You never know. We're around every corner.
Do I come off as a security guard or something?
Say that again.
Do I come off as a security guard?
Kind of.
Oh, really?
Kind of that, a little bit,
Oh, I'm sorry.
But like not in a bad sense. It's just kind of like, oh, it looks like Adam. That's cool. So.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
You've been great. You've been our best first guest.
I'm honored with the title of first guest. That's a sweet way to start your podcast off. 'Cause I was excited about it, not gonna lie. So.
Also, thank you to Daddy Longlegs and.
Oh yes, Daddy
Nate.
Longlegs and Carl Weezer, and then Nate, the drummer. We're so happy.
That girl is a
We're so happy you were on our
Carl Weezer.
podcast, on our first show. You'll go down in
Let
history.
them know. So I think
Okay.
they're currently like wrestling alligators or something weird like that. So
It wouldn't surprise me. Those sounds like the
Yeah,
kind of guys
yeah.
who wrestle alligators.
Well, if they
Yeah,
if
it's
they
really
win,
good at it.
send us some alligator jerky.
So. All right.
Alrighty. Talk to you later.
All right. See you, dude.
Bye.
Bye.
What a great guy and what a great time. Am I right?
I want some of that alligator jerky.
Dude, no kid. I want some alligator boots.
You have
Okay, we're actually moving on to our last couple segments, and maybe I don't know what to name this because basically I'm stealing the name from Ben Shapiro, which is a great podcast. He has a daily show, the Ben Shapiro show, on the Daily Wire, and he calls it the things I like, things I hate segment. I kind of like that name. I don't know what else we could name
some.
it.
Well, ours is things we like.
Oh yeah.
Because
Ours are
there's two of us, it's
ours
one
is
thing.
different. Things we like, things we hate. His is things I like. So yeah, it's plenty different. You want to go first? Things you like.
You go first. Or you
Okay.
go first.
Things I like.
Yeah,
Okay.
you go.
Okay. So recently, Oklahoma City has been flooded with these electric scooters all over the place. I rode bird scooters, and I got to say those are really really fun. It's $1. First of all, we're not no one's sponsoring us, so these are just genuine things that add value to our life and things that we genuinely like, and we're sharing with them. We're sharing them with you because we want to share the love of the things that we enjoy. Bird scooters are super fun. It's $1 to start. It's 15 cents a minute, I think, after or something like that. So you ride like 30 minutes, $5, 10 minutes, 10 or 10 no an hour, $10, 30 minutes, $5 plus that additional $1. They're fun, man. I rode them the other day with some friends. We went and ate, and then we rode the scooters around randomly. Rode them all over Midtown, Oklahoma City, Mesta Park area. Super fun. And I liked them a lot. The other thing I like is Hall's Pizza. That place was so good. It's kind of expensive for what you get, but I got plenty full over what I ate. And okay, so a lot of people like Empire. I think Empire's good.
You pay for the environment. That's what you really pay for.
Oh, at Empire?
Yeah.
I don't think the environment's that good. Well, they just opened up a new building.
You
I
pay
personally
for the-
don't think the Empire the
like,
atmosphere's not that
it's
good.
like the
The thing about Empire is, okay, Empire is kind of a thing that I hate. And this is probably controversial. Empire, the atmosphere is not that good because the people that work there in that whole area, they're a little bit rude.
they hate you.
So I've been in New York City, which is not to say, oh, I'm so cultured. I've been in New York City.
I've also been in New York City, and
In
I am
New York
cultured because I've been in New York.
You are. I'm not cultured, but you are
Oh,
cultured.
I'm so cultured.
in New York City, you have Williamsburg, which is actually the first place I ever went to in New York City. Williamsburg, and like it's known for like, yeah, we're hipsters. We don't talk to you. We won't even look at you, even if you're handicapped. Which I'm not handicapped, but there's a video where this guy's like handicapped. He's like asking for help. It's really funny. He's making it funny though. Anyways, I went there and I felt like, oh man, I'm in like this wannabe Williamsburg eating New York style pizza that's overpriced. That's literally Empire's literally like Empire Pizza. That style of pizza is literally in every corner of New York City.
Empire State. It's Empire.
Exactly. I feel like Empire Pizza is literally everywhere in New York City.
Yeah.
Like it's all over the place. It's cheap too. I mean, it's on every corner.
Wow.
That's why I don't like Empire. That's kind of a thing I hate. I actually do like Empire, and I will eat Empire again and enjoy it.
Yeah.
They actually opened up a new building that's supposed to be bigger. So I don't know. I just don't like the atmosphere. I think people are...
To tag along to you, I like the pizza there, and I like going with friends, but I don't like how small it is.
Well, they just opened up a new building that's supposed to be a lot bigger, like 2 stories. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't like the
Yeah, I don't know.
small space.
Yeah, I don't really like... I mean, but I'll try it again. I mean, I went there a couple times, and I was like, the pizza wasn't very good, and the server's really rude. But I will eat there again. I will recommend it, too. I think it's a good place to eat, Empire.
And for you OKC locals, the mule, I like that food, too, but it's also really small. You're
That is small. I don't know if they're ever getting any bigger. Anyways, Hall's Pizza. The thing, I think it's like oven cooked, coal fire cooked. I'm pretty sure I had it when it was just a food truck, and I didn't like it then, but I had it this past time. My first time eating at the actual restaurant location, and first of all, the atmosphere is really good. I think it's a really, really nice building, and the way they've set it up and the decorations. I thought that's a really fun place, and I went with my mom, and it was really great. It wasn't busy because we went early on a Thursday, and it was so fun. Empire or so Halls I think is better than Empire. I'd rather eat at Halls than Empire. The patio, we were gonna sit on the rooftop, but it wasn't open because there's a private party. So give me something to look forward to next time. Another thing I like is I've been reading this book called Grant. It's about Ulysses S. Grant, and Ron Chernow wrote it, which Ron Chernow wrote Hamilton, and then Lin-Manuel Miranda made the Hamilton musical inspired by that book. The book is so good. I mean, Ron Chernow just has a really gift for writing about people's lives, and Grant is a truly interesting person. It's like just the way he was so meek and mild, but he had this inner hidden greatness in him that nobody saw. But people like a few select people in his life saw this greatness in him that no one else saw. And most people just thought, look at this guy. He's nobody. He's nothing, and he'll never amount to anything really. But it's just so interesting how his life played out. I'm not even a quarter way through because it's a big book. But if you're into reading about history, definitely check out Grant by Ron Chernow. It is a page turner. Okay, now things I hate. I don't like. So I like bird scooters, but I don't like Lime scooters. I think
Lime scooters?
so. There's another brand called Lime scooters.
Like LimeWire scooters?
It looks like the app actually looks like LimeWire's logo. Anyways,
Stole it.
maybe they did. Maybe it's the same company. Anyways, Lime scooters are. I don't know. I paid like 9 cents, which wasn't bad because there were no bird scooters around. Lime. I actually rode Lime before I rode Bird, and Lime was fun. But I think the problem with Lime is one. I don't think they look as cool. I think Bird has a better look. They're more like simplistic and minimalist. Bird or Lime. So Bird is like more simplistic, minimalist. Lime scooters, they're like heavier. Like I picked one up versus a Bird, and they're much, much heavier. And I think because they're much heavier, they go slower, like significantly slower than Bird.
They're too limey.
And for that reason, that's the thing I hate.
Too bitter.
I don't think anything else for me.
Yeah.
Your turn. Yeah, your turn.
Things I like. I like a lot of things. I don't consistently like one thing at a
Well,
time.
just like it's like things that you like recently. Like, oh, like this recently or this recently.
Yeah, because
like recommendations
I
pretty much.
switch from one passion to another every few months. I'm not really consistent in a lot of things. Things I like right now, I like working on guitars, not other people's guitars, because I'm probably not good enough to do that for someone to trust their guitar in my hand to work on. But I like working on my own guitar. Just recently restored one of my first acoustic guitar. Sanded it and stained it, and did a few other things,
And it looks pretty good, I might add.
yeah, looks decent for my first stain job. I really like animals, particularly parrots. Just yeah, I'm looking to get a job working with animals soon.
Our kids, which are basically animals.
I really like writing music. I like reading lyrics, poetry and things like that right now to help me better communicate on paper or text, whichever way I'm writing at the moment. I like coffee a lot, particularly black coffee. And things I hate, I really hate aggressive drivers. I won't say I hate the driver. I just hate the way they're driving, and it just get on my nerves a lot.
And this is recent things.
This is recent. This is real recent. Like,
so you got a recent story.
recent story. So on the way to the office this evening, place where I work, this lady comes flying up behind me, and I'm starting to slow down because there's a stoplight ahead, maybe 400 feet. I'm not going to wait 20 feet before I get to the stoplight and then slam on brakes. And I'm just not going to wear my brakes down. She comes flying up behind me on my tail, so I continue to slow down as I'm doing, going to the light. And she, I see her in my rearview mirror. She, throws her hand up and whips to the other lane. And I'm like, okay, you know what? And there's a truck beside me. And I think to myself, I said, when this light goes, I'm going to stay beside this truck. You're not going to pass me. You're going to slow down and you're going to take your time. I'm just really bad at that, man. But then I also hate my driving because I also do the same thing if I'm in a rush somewhere. So I have no validation for the things that I do while I'm driving, because I've also done that same thing with that lady, the same thing that lady has done.
I used to consider you a pretty good driver until you made my dog pee all over my back seat.
Well,
but the thing
we're
is,
either going to get hit or we're going to have pee in the car.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, that's another thing I hate. I love my dog, but he's actually sitting under the desk right now at our feet. But he has been peeing in my car so much, I can't take him anywhere now. Yeah. I'm going to have to I have a solution. I'm going to have to start putting him in the trunk. It's a hatchback, so it's not an actual trunk. I'm going to have to start putting him in the trunk and just make some kind of gate to where you can't jump.
Yep.
Because, dude, my car smells terrible.
Yesterday evening, he peed all in your car.
He did, and he jumped in the front and got splatter pee everywhere. I sanitized it, and I've sprayed stuff. But if you have any recommendations on how to get pee smell out of a car,
give him a diaper.
I might have to I literally might have to put a diaper on him when we travel, when I put him in the car, because it smells terrible in my car.
Yeah,
I have to roll it on the windows.
Yeah, it's rough.
And the smell lingers in my nose for a while after. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Anyways, you have anything else? Things you like, things you hate?
I really like going to concerts. I went to, shout out C. Carter the other last month. I don't remember the date. August 25th, I think.
Oh, was that it?
I think it was August 25th.
Feels so long ago.
It
feels like yesterday, but it feels so long ago.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That was very fun. He did a good job.
He did a really good job. And I just like going to local artists, stuff like that. I even bought a shirt.
There you go. Support.
Local artists. Yeah, support. It was like $15. It's worth it. So
there you go.
Moving on to the next segment, we have our Instagram questions. First up is Jacobus, 22. And he said, what?
The Kavanaugh debacle. Okay,
I don't know what that. I saw one video of a guy making fun of it on Reddit.
Okay, here's the thing. Like I said, we're a podcast about nothing in particular. We're not a political podcast. I'm not a political commentator. You're not a political commentator. No. As of recent, in the past probably year and a half, I've become more aware of politics and more in the political scene, actually just paying attention. Not in political scene as I'm not campaigning or part of campaigns or campaign for people. But here's the thing about the cabinet. And we're going to play a clip that kind of basically sums up what this all has been. This has been probably one of the worst things that have happened in American history as of recent, as far as politics go, because this has been so terrible. How the Democrats, and I'll come out and say I'm Republican, I'm conservative. I try to be as honest and about all that kind of things and
right.
And how my thoughts and feelings on things. So yes, I do have a biased view, but here's the thing: even some Democrats have come out and say this is terrible. The way the Democrats have treated Brett Kavanaugh, it's insidious. The things that they have done. The claims are, of course, if you pay attention to the news, the claims are that he basically at a party there was this girl and he pinned her down the bed or touched her body or something. Then she felt like she was trying to be. The lady felt like she was trying to be, or she was getting raped or something. The big issue is there's no corroborative evidence. They can't corroborate the story.
You're right.
There's no time, place, date.
Were they
They're using
intoxicated?
no, the thing is he claims he wasn't at the party. And I'm inclined to believe him because he has corroborative evidence that he wasn't there. There's been no witnesses. All the witnesses are all the people that he went to school with have said no, like that's not something he would do. No one remembers that party.
Oh, so it was while he was in college or high
No,
school?
it was while he was in high school.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Isn't this guy like 50 years old?
Yeah, and he has an immaculate record. He has an incredible record. Judge Kavanaugh has an incredible record.
Like the 70s, and she's just coming out.
Yeah, this. Which that's not uncommon. People come out all the time because they hide these things. I honestly think that this happened, but I don't think it was Brett Kavanaugh that it happened with.
This is even
the way they treated Brett Kavanaugh is just insidious. It's terrible. It's disgusting. The way the media have slanted towards this. The thing is, okay, so the Me Too movement when it started was like, okay, fine, cool, whatever. Like you're going out, you're calling out people that have mistreated you, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. But the thing is now, if any woman claims that a man did something to her, it's immediately taken as gospel truth. It sure happened. Yeah, it happened. 100%. We believe women. We don't believe men. What makes a man more credible than a woman? What makes a woman more credible than a man? Nothing. Evidence, actual corroborative evidence is what matters.
What's even worse is that if it's at a party, more than likely they're under influence of something.
Yeah, and the thing is, Brett Kavanaugh claimed
the worst type of evidence that you can have is eyeyewitness evidence.
Yeah. Well,
memory.
Well, memory isn't very good to begin with.
Yeah, scientifically, the worst kind of evidence to have is eyewitness account.
Well, yeah, because people's memories, they don't understand that they come and go, they remember them differently. They're not memories aren't that good to begin with, honestly.
40 years ago that happened then.
Yeah, so I just think I'm 100. I hope and I pray that Brett Kavanaugh gets to join the Supreme Court. He gets confirmed to the Supreme Court. I think he will. They're doing an investigation right now. We're actually going to play a clip here in a second that basically sums up what I think about it, and I think it's actually from Senator Lindsey Graham. So we'll play that here in a second. But yeah. It's awful. The media honestly has truly been totally terrible and awful when it comes to this whole thing. I think Brett Kavanaugh is telling the truth, but I think she's wrong. I think she has some details wrong. I don't think she's telling the truth when it comes to Brett Kavanaugh. And I encourage you, if you want to know more about this from the right perspective and not from the media's incredibly biased and insidious perspective, go read the Daily Wire or the Ben Shapiro. Listen to the Ben Shapiro show, the Michael Noe show, which are podcasts that I listen to daily. They honestly have the best information about this. So go look at that. We're going to play this clip and then move on to the next question.
Allegations for over 20 days.
I did not know that at the time.
If you wanted an FBI investigation, you could have come to us. What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. You've said that, not me. You've got nothing to apologize for. When you see Sotomayor and Kagan, tell them that Lindsey said hello, because I voted for them. I would never do to them what you've done to this guy. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. And if you really wanted to know the truth, you sure as hell wouldn't have done what you've done to this guy. Are you a gang rapist?
No.
I cannot imagine what you and your family have gone through. Boy, y'all want power. God, I hope you never get it. I hope the American people can see through this sham. That you knew about it and you held it. You had no intention of protecting Dr. Ford. None. She's as much of a victim as you are. God, I hate to say it because these have been my friends. But let me tell you, when it comes to this, you're looking for a fair process. You came to the wrong town at the wrong time, my friend. Do you consider this a job interview?
The advice and consent role is like a job interview.
You consider that you've been through a job interview?
I've been through a process of advice and consent under the Constitution. Which
would you say you've been through hell?
I've been through hell and then some.
Okay, moving on to the next question. This comes from Landavazo.Isaac. These are from Instagram, by the way. How do the VeggieTales vegetables hold things?
It's been so long since I've seen that show. I don't even remember them holding anything.
Well, they do. They hold things. It just kind of floats next to them.
Well, for I guess a literal answer that I could give you is the artists draw things into their hands.
I think, I'm going to spiritualize it. I think the Holy Spirit holds things for them. I think the Holy Spirit holds the things for them so they can function right.
So the Holy Spirit holds the pencil or the...
No, if Bob the tomato wants a drink of water, the Holy Spirit acts as his hand and puts it in his mouth.
Oh, okay.
Or if he wants to hold his Bible, the Holy Spirit holds it.
Or within our reality, the Holy Spirit holds the pencil in the artist's hand. I don't know who does the...
You're getting meta on us. That's so meta.
What is meta?
Meta is like meta. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, dude.
It's
I know what it is, but
it's an acronym for something?
No. Let me just pull it up.
Meta is an acronym.
Meta. No, meta is
it's an acronym on Reddit.
It's like metaphysics. It's meta.
It's the pineal gland.
No.
They're in a...
Okay, okay, this is from Urban Dictionary. Meta means about the thing itself. It's seeing the thing from a higher perspective instead of from within a thing, like being self-aware.
So the butterfly effect.
I don't even know what that means.
That butterfly effect would be an example of a higher perspective.
It could be. I guess so. Yeah, basically it's just like, I don't know. I'm not
above perspective.
I don't experience meta things very often, so
it's because you don't activate your pineal gland.
Moving on.
Garrett.
No, Garrett.
Or Gary. Bryant.
No one else in America has spelled their name like this, so it's very unique.
Garrett Bryant. This is his Instagram. His question is, best lemonade you've ever had. I'll start off. Andy's Lemonade, Henderson, North Carolina. Andy's is a restaurant. They're not there anymore. I don't even know if you have Andy's here, or you've ever heard of it.
We have Andy's ice cream, but I don't think it's the same thing.
Well, Andy's. They had like burgers. They were really good. They had the best lemonade I've ever had. I was 12 years old. Just got done with baseball practice in the rec league for Eye Care Center. My mom took me there first time, and I got a milkshake, lemonade, and a burger. It's the best lemonade I've ever had. Won't forget it.
For me, I mostly drink water and very rarely drink anything else. I've never drank beer ever, except that one time. It was an accident.
It was wine.
I was tricked.
It was rum.
No. It was not your dad's root beer, and I thought it was regular root beer. And I asked my friend John if I could taste his root beer because I was drinking a really good root beer at the time, and he let me take a swig of it, and it turned out to be real beer, and it's disgusting, nasty. I don't even consider that as drinking because it wasn't on my. It was. I didn't.
Why do you choose?
I didn't will. Why don't I drink?
Yes.
One, I don't even drink soda, so why am I going to drink beer? I think I don't even really like the taste of soda. I really only like water.
So it's for physical purposes.
It's because it's my taste. I don't like the taste. First,
okay.
And then second of all, alcoholism runs in my family, so I'm just being extra cautious and don't want to go down that path. And I really don't think beer is good. I don't think it smells good. I don't think it makes your breath smell bad.
Beer tastes nasty.
Beer, I don't like any kind of the alcohol.
Yeah, I never liked the beer.
If someone drinks, I don't care. Whatever, that's your choice. I'm not gonna judge you. I go if friends drink. I don't care.
Okay.
Next question. Oh yeah. So I don't lemonade. I don't. Maybe Chick-fil-A. I guess.
Answers question.
Chick-fil-A maybe. I don't know.
Chick-fil-A lemonade.
I don't know. What's the lemon? What's that brand you can buy at Walmart?
Minute Maid lemonade.
Minute Maid. That's good, I guess.
That's in cans.
No, I mean they. No, not Minute Maid. Natural. No, Simply Lemonade maybe. I don't know. I need recommendations.
I used to make my own lemonade. I like that.
I don't really like lemonade. Kind of burns my throat, so I don't really like it.
You have to make it right. You have to make it.
So I don't know. I'm on the search.
Right
That
back.
answer is to be continued. Okay, next up we have Coda _Yoda _Toyota. What a great friend. What a great guy. He asked, how many sides are there to a circle?
A one-dimensional circle, two-dimensional. Well, there can be no. Yes, there can be a one.
This has been the greatest question
Two-dimensional.
posed to mankind.
Two-dimensional.
Nobody knows.
A circle has no side.
It continues forever.
A circle has no side. So that would mean that the Earth, since it's flat, has no side. Just kidding. Yeah, there are no sides. The Earth is not flat, and circles don't have sides.
I'll have to ask God when I get to heaven. I don't know. I think there might be sides. There might be sides to circle that we don't know about.
There's not.
I gotta ask God when I get to heaven.
There are different sides to God.
But I don't know about circles though. Moving on. Who we got?
I don't know how to say that.
That's I interned with her at Youth Quest. Emily Bell.
Emily Bell.
Emily, she spells it really weird. Emily Bell, you're a weirdo. You spell your name wrong. Anyways,
Her parents spelled
just
it
kidding.
wrong.
You're a fine, nice person. Why on earth? Why not? I mean,
Why?
why am I on
Did her
earth?
phone die before she finished asking
I
the
guess
question?
so. I think she was asking us, why on earth are you doing this? Or why are you on earth?
But it's not a complete sentence. Why on earth?
Why on earth?
Why are you on earth?
Listen,
Why is
Emily
anybody
Bell,
on earth?
you're gonna have to do something different. We don't understand what you're
Why
talking
on
about.
earth?
Anyways,
Question. I'm on earth because I am a part of the butterfly effect.
I'm on earth because God put me here. Anyways, moving on. Isaigo.
If faced with the decision to either lose your sight or all of your memories up to that moment, which would you choose and why?
So if I could either lose all my memories up to now, or lose my sight up to this point.
I would choose to lose all my memories and keep my sight.
Really?
Yes.
You would forego all your memories?
Yes.
That means you wouldn't remember anything. You
I
remember
can-
your times as a kid,
Yeah,
as a
but
family.
memories can be built upon.
Okay.
New memories would be created. A lot of my life,
So wait,
like last night,
what would you even? What about you're
my kidney
engaged?
stones, all the embarrassing moments in my life would be forgotten. The thief.
But nobody else would forget them. They could remind you.
If I forget them, they're gonna forget them because once my memory's gone, they're gonna talk to me about it. I'm like, I don't remember that, and then they won't, and then they won't talk about it anymore.
I guess that's fair. I don't know.
I would definitely keep my sight.
I would not lose. Okay, so my memories I think they're special and important. I wouldn't forego my memories because there's actually this. I watched this movie. John Krasinski plays this robot, and the robot is damaged and is with this kid, and he has to delete certain memories every night because he's about to run out of memory. It's on Netflix. We'll put it in the show notes. I don't remember the name. Anyways, there's a quote in it, and it was so good. I remember it. He said, "The best parts of me are the memories of you," because he's hanging out with this girl. It's it's a friendship, and he's like, "The best parts of me are the memories of you," and I think that's true to an extent for us, for humans, that the best parts of humanity, the best parts of who we are as a person, are the memories that we have, and the shared collective memory that we have with other people. Because who I am is made up of these memories and moments that I've had as a human. And if you take all those memories away, what am I? I'm obviously the same person, but I'm not really the same person in my mind. I become a completely different person.
Yeah.
I've actually been thinking about this one for a while. That's a really good question.
I wouldn't mind starting over.
You wouldn't mind starting over?
No.
I wouldn't want to start over.
I've
certainly made my mistakes. I
I'm a loner.
have regrettable moments.
Yeah.
But
I'm a loner.
they have made me who I am.
I'm a loner. I like being alone. So I wouldn't mind having a new life. And that's not to downgrade the people that are already existing in my life or have existed. It's just, I guess I'm too selfish. Grayson Derulo.
Okay.
This is he went to SCU.
He did.
He's a really good singer.
We got to wrestle, me and him.
He has
Me and him, we have an ongoing like thing that we're supposed to wrestle each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know when we're going to do it, but we're going to wrestle each other.
Oh, okay.
So, Grayson, if you're listening, we got to wrestle sometime.
Yeah. And his question is, what is this podcast about? I kind of answered it.
Yeah, we answered it earlier.
In text to him, which...
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, we answered earlier in the podcast.
We did answer
anyways.
it. It's just about...
Nothing.
It's a passion.
It's a podcast about nothing in particular.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're fueling our passions.
That's right. Last question from Shoe Manners, a.k.a. 918 DJ GJ, the best DJ in Oklahoma, the best producer in Oklahoma. He comes to us and he says, top 5 left-handers of all time.
Was Aaron Rodgers a left-hander?
The baseball player?
Baseball player?
I have no idea. Okay, one left-hander that I know is definitely probably top 1 was that dude in the Bible who, because in the Bible, in biblical times, if you're left-handed, it was considered a weakness because like in battle and stuff. So this dude sneaks up into this like palace or whatever. I don't know. It was like when they were in captivity at some point. I don't remember, honestly. But he sneaks up and he assassinates this really fat king because he was able to hide the sword on his left side and he used his left hand and he stabs him into the stomach and he's so fat that the sword just disappears into his body.
No.
And he's dead. And then he defecates on himself. And then these guards were like, oh man, it really stinks in there. I guess he's pooping.
Ugh.
And then he died.
Oh,
But whatever he did like was a huge success and he became a hero. So that's number 1. He's like top number 1 for sure. There's no telling. Jesus might have been left-handed.
My
knows?
my grandma is left-handed.
Okay, she's top 5. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mamu?
She wears Mamu. She wears a shirt pretty often. Well, not often, but she washes it, obviously. But it says, what's that? It's like a quote about left-handers. I may be left-handed, but I'm always right.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So
maybe she's top 1.
She is right.
She may be number 1, right above the other guy I talked about.
She's fairly experienced in what we call life. She's 85, going on 86. She just turned 85 in August, and she's in better health than I am.
We got to get her on the show.
Oh, we could have called her. Yeah,
we'll get her on the show sometime.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's number 1. The other guy talked about number 2. I don't know any other. Is there any left-handed basketball players?
I think Klay Thompson's left-handed.
Is he? I don't know. He's not left-handed. I don't think he's left-handed.
No.
I can't think of any left-handers. I know if you're a pitcher and you're left-handed, that's like really like good. You're like sought after if you're a good left-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
But I don't really like baseball, so I don't really care.
Most batters are right.
I don't like baseball. I'm going to come out and say it. I'm coming out of the closet. I hate baseball. I don't think it's a good sport. I think it's boring. That's a topic for a different time, though. Anyways, I don't know. I don't have anybody else. Do you?
There's basketball players. So I can't think of any. I think. Manu Ginobili. He is left-handed.
Is he?
Yeah, but he's retired, so he's not a basketball player anymore.
I mean, he still is, but he's not playing professionally. Okay, we'll put him number 3. 4 or 5. TBD. To be continued. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to our very first podcast. We truly appreciate it. Please subscribe. Please write us a review. If you hated it, tell us. If you liked it, keep on listening. We're still working it out. We're still figuring it out. This is our first one.
Yeah.
We're still figuring out the format and all the deals we have. But thank you so much for listening. We appreciate so much that you would take time out of your day to listen to our random ramblings about nothing in particular. So stay tuned.
Yep. Even if you skip through the podcast because you may have felt it's too long, we appreciate you for taking the effort and wanting to listen to different parts of it.
Yeah. So we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Follow us on Instagram at Nothing in Particular Podcast.
Nothing in particular.
You can follow my personal account at Who Is Nathan Perry, and then my photography account at Who Is Nate Perry. You can follow Adam at
Adam Hope 3.
Yep.
Instagram. Adam Hope 3 on Instagram. Adam Hope 3 on Twitter. And free Adam Hope on Xbox Live.
And you can follow our studio dog, our intern, our beloved intern, our dog that sits under the desk and supports
pees
us
all the time.
and pees everywhere. Not in the house though. He never pees in the house.
No. Well,
Well, that one time, but that was a rare occasion. You can follow him at a dog named Sherlock. He has some awesome photos of him. He's just a great dog. Anyways, thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
we love you.